What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes. So today we got a brand new FEH channel where we saw sneak peek of the Choose Your Legends 4 units, their art, their weapons, and some of the skills which they might have. So this is just going to be my first impression, and I'm going to be covering some things which you may or may not have missed in the FEH channel. So yeah, the art is absolutely amazing and these characters are based on their endgame classes basically. So let us begin with Claude actually, my boy Claude. And his stats are visible for like few frames in the FEH channel, so we could see his stat spread and what kind of skills he has got. So you have to subtract Fury and also his weapon, so he ends up at 42 HP, 36 base attack, 40 speed, probably 20 defense or 23 defense and 25 resistance, so somewhere around 163 to 166 BST. And he likely has a buff in his defense for +4 or +6 because you could see the color is a bit different, and there was also the green arrow sign I believe, so he's definitely buffed I think. So this is gonna be a stat spread, and he has got Fury 4 as a slotted skill, chill speed defense, and a new inheritable slotsy skill, which we cannot really tell what it is because it's a new skill. And the reason why I think it's inheritable is because it has golden border. It doesn't have a white borders, which might be a preferred skill, and he is the second he's the second place winner in Choose Your Legends anyway, so usually they don't really get the preferred skill, only the first place winner gets that. So it's gonna be a new line of skill, and that is pretty amazing. I hope it helps Claude. And he's got Moonbow as a special. His weapon is Wind Parthia, and that's basically the trend with the weapons on these units because they've got the ARCHANEA Regalia. And it might not make sense to a lot of people, but in 3 houses you could actually get Otclair, Gradivis, Mercurius, and Parthia by forging the rusted weapons that you could get from the beast encounters. So those weapons are obtainable in 3 houses, so that's why they're using them. It's a bit odd for sure, but yeah, that's the origin of their weapon. So he has got Wind Parthia. It gives him -1 special cooldown because we see Moonbow at -1. And this is most likely going to be healing up like 60% of the damage he deals to the foe because he exactly gets 21 HP back, which is 60% of 35. So that is pretty good for self-sustainability, and that just offsets the Fury damage I guess. I would have liked if they gave him a better slot view skill. Chill speed defense doesn't really cut it, in my opinion. Could have been something better, but we still have to watch out for whatever his slotsy skill is. So that was Claude, and he was scheming to hide his stats, but we now know. And then we saw Lysithea. We saw her stat spread quite clearly. So she's a red mage infantry, and this is her stat spread. She probably gets +3 attack or +3 speed from her weapon. I'm leaning more towards +3 speed, so she will have like 165 BST I think. And she's got insane offenses, which is like it was given. It is Lysithea. What else were you expecting? She has got attack speed push 4, lull speed resistance, which her original version also has, and hone speed 4. So she has got 2 tier 4 skills, which I don't think we have seen before. So you could inherit like attack speed push 4 and hone speed 4 at the same time from her, and that is pretty unusual I guess. And she's got Dark Spikes T as the weapon that she's got, which is quite a bit of meme, and she even takes out Death Knight in the FEH channel. So it is effective on cavalry units, and we don't really know any other effects of this weapon yet. It probably does give her some kind of stat because she doesn't have the -1 special cooldown from this weapon. So probably is a stat like +3 speed or something like that. So that is Lysithea, quite straightforward, offensive unit in the player phase. Just nuke the foe into outer dimension. That's her playstyle, and she sticks with that. Then we saw Dimitri. So we don't really see any kind of stat spread of his, but we know a few things about his base kit. So he has got 41 HP, and he does have good attack and speed. And he has some kind of distant counter and damage reduction skill as well. So distant counter does make sense actually. He's using Gradivis by the way in this trailer. So yeah, as I said, these are the ARCHANEA Regalia weapons. And that could have distant counter built into it actually, so that could be something. And he definitely has a skill like Repel Close Call, because he does get the 40% damage reduction against this Bow Cavalier right here. And he also triggers his Noontime, so he also has some kind of breath skill built into his weapon or in his exclusive skill, because he's able to instantly retaliate back with the Noontime. So definitely pretty interesting. He's got distant counter, damage reduction, a breath skill, good attack and speed, so he looks like a pretty well-rounded unit, has a lot of things going on for him, and lance infantries are pretty rare anyways, so he's definitely going to be making an impact on the metagame, I think. And then we have got Edelgard. So she is an axe armor yet again, and she's got 45 HP and pretty high attack. That is to be expected. We don't really see her full stat spread, but we know that her weapon gives her -1 special cooldown because she's got noontime at 1 cooldown, and she has distant counter because she's able to retaliate back to this red mage, and some kind of damage reduction because she takes less damage from this Blade Tome mage's damage. And she also has some kind of vengeful fight or some kind of follow-up skill because she should be slow enough where she's not going to be able to naturally double. So she probably has something that's giving her the follow-up attack. And she probably has a different version of Aught Clear, Flame Aught Clear or something like that. So that is Edelgard. And overall, I would say that I'm pretty happy with the art of these Choose Your Legends units. But I would be lying if I said that I was not disappointed with the choice of their weapons. There was just so much to take the inspiration from, but they just gave them the weapons which their legendary versions will have anyways, and like their pre-time skip versions also have the same weapon type. So now what you end up is with like 3 Edelgards who are all axe units. So like, why do this? Legendary Dimitri and legendary Claude are gonna be a thing, and they are both gonna be lance and bow units respectively. So it doesn't really add a lot of variety to their weapon types, I feel like, and the inspiration was right there. They just had to execute it. Like Edelgard could have been a mage because she has black magic as her hidden talent, not to mention Hubert is a retainer, so it's not far-fetched for her to learn like black magic when she already has hidden talent in that. Dimitri could have the dagger, so that could have been really fun. So they missed on that opportunity, or even Edelgard could have had that dagger, I guess. And Claude could have axe, and I know he does have that sword which he could get from his paralog, but like sword units are just not cutting it at this point because there's just too much competition. So he could have been an axe flyer, I guess, because he does have a hidden talent in axes. And Lysithea could have been something other than a red mage. Her pre-time skip version is also red mage. I mean, I get it that black magic is tied to red color in Fae, but come on, the master of dark magic Bramimon is a colorless unit. So Lysithea could have been colorless or just any kind of other color. Like take inspiration from Brave Micaiah. She just goes from all colors when she started from blue color. So could have been something like that, I think. Definitely could have mixed up Lysithea's color. That's my main complaint with this Choose Your Legends, that they have not done enough to add variety, because it's gonna be a bit redundant for normal Dimitri to have lance, legendary Dimitri to have lance, and then brave Dimitri also having lance. So yeah, it's just not very fun in my opinion. A bit of variety could have been so much fun, like something people were not expecting. Like everyone knew this would happen at some point because these are the endgame classes, but definitely people didn't think about this for the Choose Your Legends. The most unpredictable thing is probably their weapons. Like nobody thought they would have the ARCHANEA Regalia as their weapons, which they have here. So these are the Choose Your Legends units, and that is my first impression. We're gonna be getting trailer later on, I think probably on Sunday, I think, or even Monday if that's late for Fae. So we're gonna be knowing the exclusive skills of Edelgard and Dimitri, so keep in mind they are gonna be getting those. And Claude has got a new line of skills, so that is amazing. And we'll have to see if Lysithea's weapon has got something extra, like giving her more damage output or something like that. We just know that she's got cavalry effectiveness. And when it comes to free-to-play guides, a lot of people have been asking me. It's too early for me to say anything because we don't know stat spread of the first place winners here. We just know a bit of what their base kit might have, and we do know the weapon classes. So usually at this point I would create a poll on Twitter and on YouTube for you guys to vote, but there's just not much information, and I want to wait until we at least know what their weapons do. But if I had to say something, I think Claude and Dimitri are looking a bit better when it comes to a free pick. Claude because he's a colorless unit, and colorless units have quite a lot of versatility. They don't really have any kind of weapon strangle disadvantage. Claude has got pretty good mobility, it's just that his B skill is kind of sucky in my opinion. And Dimitri has got a lot of effects going on in his weapon. Edelgard is an armor unit, so that's a bit hard to work with in free-to-play guides because of her low mobility, unless she has an exclusive skill which could, you know, fix that. And Lysithea is just a very powerful mage, but she's incredibly frail. So that could come to bite you back. And the cavalry effectiveness is actually not bad because Abyssal cavalry units have like 70 HP or something. So yeah, that's that. And we also have 4 sparks on this banner. So we get a free pick, we get 4 sparks. The first spark is going to be using like 135 orbs because this event will have forging bonds, and then you could spark 4 times. It doesn't mean that you could get the same merges of like someone like Dimitri or Edelgard. No, that would be too good. But basically you could pick a different focus version. So if you want to get all of these units, then I think you need about like 615 orbs if you're summoning on every single color. So that's the optimum, I guess, pulling strategy. If you're trying to get all of them, you need that bare minimum if you don't get lucky and pull them before that. So that's something to note. Definitely never saw this coming. I thought they would just have the spark and the free pick, but I'm happy about that actually. People who have been saving orbs for Choose Your Legends can guaranteed get their unit, which they wanted to. They could get the free pick, get the spark as well if they have multiple favorites. So I really like that kind of thing. There was also another pretty major thing which was revealed in the FEH channel, which is the trade fruit, or as I like to call them, IV mangoes. I'm going to be covering that in a different video, so look forward to that. And let me know who is looking like your favorite Choose Your Legends 4 unit right now from all of the information we have. So yeah, I would definitely love to hear that. And I want to thank all of my YouTube members for all of their support. Really means a lot. And if you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. Helps me tremendously, and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as Death Knight against Brave Lysithea. So that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.